I want to talk about how I understand prophecy, how I get the revelation of prophecy, and how it's been used to encourage and edify people. I'm going to read a scripture. It's from Ephesians chapter 5, verse 19. It says, "Speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, sing and make music from your heart to the Lord." So, when it comes to prophecy, or hearing God and releasing God, one of the ways that you hear God is by hearing Him speak into your spirit. I mean, it's not an audible voice. I mean, it can be. There's some people who claim they've heard an audible voice and stuff, but I'm speaking about how it's commonly used and how maybe some people might commonly hear God speak. And I posted on my Facebook wall that I wanted to get to know my friends, and they would post their own favorite song, and I would seek God for a word for them, um, and seek, how that song reveals what part of them and what not. So, songs are very powerful in how they can touch our emotions. So, in the same way that a song can touch your emotions and take you to that sentimental or nostalgic place, it's that place where you hear God. It's that place where you receive a melody in your heart. You receive a song. You receive a word from God. So that's one way that you can hear God speak to you. So what I just illustrated in this prophetic activation, by asking you guys to post one of your favorite songs, is I demonstrated a way that you would hear God speak to you prophetically. And it's not so much like a literal voice, an outside voice. It's more like an intuition. Like the melody plays, the song plays, it takes you to that place in your heart, and you start moving, and you start kind of like, yeah, and feeling the song. So that's what I'm talking about. Like you just know in your spirit, you know in your heart what God is saying, because what's being communicated to you comes from that place. Um, so I hope you guys enjoyed that activation. Um, and now, why don't you practice it? Why don't you practice the word for me, or not even for me? I mean, it could be like there's a lot of songs that have been posted on this feed, and someone might not be there to give you an encouraging word from God. So I think that pursuing God is all about learning to hear God for yourself, learning how He speaks, and prophecy is a spiritual gift from God. So anyone who wants it, just go out to the buffet table and just take as much as you want from God, because you just have to be hungry for God. You just have to be hungry. So if you want that in your life, go practice now, because um, you're never going to know when God speaks to you if you don't practice hearing Him. So I encourage everyone who got a word from me, who got a revelation of their personality because of a song they posted, to actually now practice giving a word out. And, just listening to God, and listening to that song and asking God, what speaks, what part of that person is being revealed in that song. And you'll be surprised how that will happen, and you'll just know. You'll have a knowing in your heart, in your gut. And you could be wrong, and you're learning, and it's okay. So be humble with your words. You always want to be humble with prophecy. Um, and so stay humble when you give a word. If you're not too sure, I feel like God is saying this. I feel like this is what it means, and I hope that you get something from this. I hope that you're able to pursue God on your own. I hope that you get hungry for God on your own, and so get cracking. There's a lot of songs posted, and I hope that a lot of you are encouraged to give a prophetic word to people on the feed. And so, you can receive, but now take the time to give, to hear God. And see, it doesn't have to be in a religious way. You don't have to be like praying and fasting to hear God. You just have to move in love. Like if you want to encourage someone, if you want to speak life over someone, and that's all you need. That's all God will use. Is your goodwill, your love, your intentions to move through you, to be a willing vessel. So I hope that you actually just get out there and practice what I just demonstrated. And I would love to see how it turns out. Alright? Talk to you guys later.